Okay, good morning, everyone. My name's Ryan Dividock. I'm the supervisor for the Planning, Zoning, and Land Use Unit, which is part of the Planning and Local Business Development Division here in Oakland County. Welcome to today's planners gathering, Oakland County's Workforce Development Services. Just a few reminders before we get started. The meeting's being recorded and will be made available on our website. And if you have questions, please use the chat function in Zoom and direct your questions to Jim Schaefer. Jim will moderate a question and answer session after the presentation. So let's get started. It's my pleasure to introduce our speaker today, Jennifer Llewellyn. She's the manager for Workforce Development and the director of Oakland County Michigan Works. So Jennifer, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Ryan and Jim. It's exciting to be here. So it is a big presentation we have to cover today. I'm going to cover a lot of information in a short period of time, but we'll have time for questions and answers at the end, and really excited to be here and connect with all of you. If we haven't had the opportunity to connect, as Ryan mentioned, I serve as the manager of workforce development for Oakland County and the director of the Oakland County Michigan Works Agency. I've been in this role with Oakland County for 8 years, but prior to that, spent 16 years at our Oakland County Michigan Works Troy location. So maybe our paths crossed along the way, but really fortunate to be part of the economic development team here at the county and work along Ryan and Jim and Scott and Whitney and many others. So you may be familiar that Oakland County has set 8 strategic goals, and one of those goals is a thriving and inclusive economy, and another goal is a skilled and educated workforce. And we touch both of those in workforce development. So our skilled and educated workforce goal is that Oakland County provides residents the education, training, and support they need to get good paying jobs while assisting businesses in retention and recruitment efforts. And hopefully you leave here today feeling inspired and excited about some of the programs and services that we have to help both businesses and residents in your communities. Now, you might be wondering, why is it that the county, as county government, is concerned about, education and training and workforce? But you will see as we go through some of the data today and talk about the skills, when folks have higher educational attainment, everything else follows. So this chart here, this is Oakland County's data from the U.S. Census Bureau American Community Surveys. And you can see with each level of education, wages follow. There is, one item of note, sometimes people ask about that some college, no degree. That's the category that captures folks that might have a journey person's card or a skilled trade certification. So that's why that's higher than an associate's degree. You'll also see that in Oakland County, 63% of the year's job postings in the county require an associate's degree or higher. And this is critical to our business growth. It's critical to ensuring that we have the workforce for attracting businesses to the county and retaining them as well. Many of you may have recently attended the Oakland County Economic Outlook Luncheon. And in the report that is published by the University of Michigan and Oakland County, you can see that the county among peer counties ranks 10th in associate's degree or more. And we watch that closely. And we'll talk a little bit later about our Oakland 80 goal and everything that Oakland County is doing to ensure that we have that skilled and educated workforce that our businesses need. So a little bit about us, if you're not familiar with Oakland County Workforce Development or Oakland County Michigan Works, we are one of 16 Michigan Works agencies in the state of Michigan, and you'll see a map on the side of the screen. These are geographic areas. We are the only single county workforce area. So there are 16 Michigan Works directors or CEOs across the state that are responsible for oversight of their regional area. We are primarily federally funded, and federal requirements indicate that we have to have a chief elected official that's responsible for our oversight, as well as an appointed board. So in our case, County Executive David Coulter serves as our chief elected official with oversight of our organization. And he appoints our workforce development board, which is made up of primarily business. It has to be at least 51% business, but we also have representatives from vocational rehabilitation, nonprofit organizations, housing, and other areas. We also have a Career and Educational Advisory Council. It's our Oakland 80 team that's made up of university leaders, community college, and other post-secondary leaders, as well as community members to help us drive our Oakland 80 goal moving forward. We're also highly engaged regionally. We know that our residents don't always live and work in Oakland County as much as we would love that, right? That this is really a regional effort. So we're part of the Workforce Intelligence Network, which is a consortium of the 10 community colleges and 7 Michigan Works agencies across Southeast Michigan. That team, we've now brought in over $150 million in federal grants to support workforce development training programs and initiatives in Southeast Michigan. Also highly engaged with SEMCOG and the Detroit Regional Partnership and many other regional efforts as well. So even though Oakland County, Michigan Works is just within our, our own boundaries, there's a lot of regional efforts as well. So our team, my team, Oakland County Workforce Development, we're the administration. We're based in the executive office in Waterford, but where the magic really happens is at our 6 Oakland County, Michigan Works locations. And those are in Novi, Oak Park, Pontiac, Southfield, Troy, and Waterford. We get questions often, are they state employees? Are they county employees? These centers are run by partners by contract through Oakland County. So for example, Goodwill Industries of Greater Detroit runs our Pontiac and Novi offices on our behalf. Our Waterford office is run by Gesher Human Services. And most of those organizations have been running our centers on our behalf for some of them as long as 40 years. So a little bit more about us. We're a large organization. We're about $37 million annually, which sometimes I can't believe that we've grown that much. When I started this role, we were about 16 to 20 million. So large organization, 3rd largest Michigan Works agency in the state behind Detroit, and very close with West Michigan Works, which is the 7-county region around Grand Rapids. On average, we serve about 3,000 businesses a year, everything from very small businesses to partnerships with large corporations like Denso and Magna and Stellantis. On average, we serve about 150,000 job seekers per year, both in virtual visits and in-person visits. And out in the field at those centers, we have about 100 contracted staff, and we're really fortunate to be considered a state and national workforce development leader. So we get to engage a lot of work nationally, advising other workforce boards across the country on strategy and ideas and best practices. We've been featured through the National Association of Workforce Boards and do a lot of state leadership as well. So a little bit about our services. Many people, when they think of Michigan Works, they think of the unemployment insurance connection, or that we just serve job seekers. And we actually have a shared customer. We serve businesses and job seekers. In our business services team, we have about 20-ish business services staff that are housed across those 6 Michigan Works locations, and they provide a wide array of services to businesses related to workforce development. So if a company needs assistance posting jobs, learning how to use social media for talent recruitment, maybe they would like a job fair at their company, or maybe they'd like to participate in a virtual job fair or larger job fair. We offer hiring and training support, labor market data, if they want to know if their wages are competitive. Maybe they are in an unfortunate situation that they have to do some layoffs, and we can support them with that. So as you come across any business, small or large, big or small, if they say talent, workforce, anything like that as a pain point or even a success, please make sure to send them our way. Right now, our flagship program is the Going Pro Talent Fund, and this program has been around in Michigan since 2014. It's unusual to have a program that transcends across administrations, but it has, because it's been so impactful and so powerful. Many other states are now duplicating this program. But this year, there's $55 million available to companies across the state to offset the cost of training their existing employees and new hires. Applications are available twice a year. We just closed the first application for this year about a week and a half ago. It will open again this fall, but companies can apply through their local Michigan Works office for funding to offset those credentials, certifications that employees need to maybe move up it within the company, or maybe their job has changed from ICE to EV and they need new skills and new certifications. Most recently in the fall was our last award. Oakland County received $4.1 million. That was the second highest amount in Michigan. And so with that, over 2,200 workers, including new hires, will earn certificates and credentials. And the employers are reimbursed $2,000 for each employee. And if it's a registered apprenticeship program, $3,500. So it's an easy to use program because it's state funded, not federally funded. It gives us a little bit more flexibility, but it is highly competitive. So there was 55 million available statewide, but there was $110 million in requests. So very popular, and our companies really, really enjoy using the program. We also during COVID expanded our employer workshop series, and it was so successful that we've maintained it. Each month we have a different topic, very similar to Planners Gathering, but think about it for Oakland County employers. Each month we feature a different workforce development topic. We've been averaging anywhere between 100 and 125 employers that participate each month. These are just a few of the topics we've tackled over the course of the last year or two. We've featured, how to hire and opening your door to international talent. We've featured how to build registered apprenticeship programs. We did a mentoring session actually with Hewell Perkins and Group Raj on how to create a mentoring organization within your business. So some really, really exciting programs, and all of that information is available on our website and social media. We also offer a lot of other employer training funds as well. So we have a registered apprenticeship success coordinator on our team here at Oakland County. Her name's Liz Rivard-Weston, and Liz can sit down with a company and help them design and build a registered apprenticeship program. A lot of people, when they think about apprenticeship, they think about skilled trades only. They think about maybe pipe fitters or plumbers. We are now apprenticing pretty much any occupation. We have a new child care apprenticeship program. We have a medical assistant apprenticeship program. We built a software developer apprenticeship program with Bosch. So really any occupation can be apprenticeable, and there are dollars available to help offset the costs of both the on-the-job training and the tuition portions of the training. We have a program that provides 50% reimbursement to companies if they want to hire someone who maybe just doesn't have all of the skill set. So we know right now in Oakland County, it's very competitive. You have a low unemployment rate. So maybe you want to hire someone that has 80% of the skills, maybe they're missing a few things. We can help offset that new hire's wages during the training period to help them get up to speed of where an employer needs them to be. We have many other various regional grants. Our most exciting grant right now is through the EV Jobs Academy. This is a $900,000 grant that we have to help employers and job seekers make that transition from ICE to EV. So there's a whole list of eligible mobility training programs where companies can train their existing employees or new hires to earn credentials and certificates, and we help offset the cost of that. We also partner with Oakland Community College on their Michigan New Jobs Training Program, which is for companies that are growing their footprint or expanding within the state. One of my favorite initiatives that we launched in 2018, 2019 is our Oakland County Business Resource Network. We reflected that we were doing a really, really great job of helping companies recruit talent, hire talent, attract talent, train talent, but we weren't doing anything to help them keep the employees that they had. And so we launched the Business Resource Network, which is an employee retention program. It's a national evidence-based model that really works. And through this, we deploy a team of success coaches out to a company once a week, just for a couple of hours. So let's say they come out every Monday from 2 to 4. And any employee at that company can meet with the success coach confidentially to discuss anything that might be interfering with their ability to keep their job. So, maybe it's a personal situation where they're not getting along with their supervisor, and their success coach can help them navigate that. or maybe it's a situation at home that they don't feel comfortable sharing with the HR manager or their supervisor. So for example, we had a gentleman that had worked at a company for 7 years and his Jeep broke down. He was taking 3 buses to get to work. He was taking 3 buses to get home. It was taking him hours. He didn't have the $750 that he needed to repair the Jeep. But through this program, we have dollars to do that. And so we were able to repair his Jeep for him. We had another employee at a company who took out a payday loan and didn't read the fine print and signed on to a 600% interest rate. And it would have taken her years and years and years, if ever, to pay that off. And the success coach took it like a dog with a bone and fought it and took it all the way to the AG's office and was able to get her out of that fraudulent payday loan. So it really can be anything. We've bought beds for children where the employee's children didn't have beds to sleep in. Just really anything to help that employee keep their job. Of the employees that we've served at the 25 companies that we're currently at, we have a 90% retention rate of those employees. So this is a free program to small businesses, courtesy of an investment from Oakland County of the American Rescue Plan. I think right now all 25 slots are filled, but we do have a waiting list available if companies are interested in joining the network. So flipping over to the job seeker side, which is kind of what we're most known for, but we have the full array of job search support for Oakland County residents. And it varies, right? Some folks maybe want to do a job search more independently on their own. They can come into any one of our 6 Michigan Works offices. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. We have a full computer lab with internet access. We have tutorial software that focuses on soft skills or even technical skills. They can use, connect with employers at our centers, talk with staff. That's one option that folks have. If they maybe want a little bit more guidance and not sure where to start, we have our virtual career workshop series. Each month, there's a whole host of virtual career workshops that are available: resume writing, interviewing, LinkedIn, all types of different options that are available. They are live and they are instructor led by our staff. So they aren't recordings. They're not someone, from someplace else. This is our staff at our 6 offices that are delivering these workshops. They can answer questions about your resume during that workshop. We also have a series of financial literacy workshops and our Oakland 80 workshops, which we'll talk about in a moment. And then if someone really wants some hand-holding and some guidance and some personal assistance through their job search, they can work directly with one of our career advisors. So it's kind of 3 levels, and some folks really want that and really need that accountability and having a champion and someone to help them with their resume and keep them accountable on their search. So they can reach out to our team and be assigned a career advisor who will help them through the entire process. And it's really powerful. It's a great way for folks to have a coach to assist them through their job search, which can be overwhelming and scary. We also have a wide variety of training programs available, and this is just a sample. So sometimes people are like, well, none of those are a fit for me, but these are a few of the cohort training programs that we have in partnership with Oakland Community College. So we have a certified nurse's aide program, a sterile processing technician program, which was created in partnership with our health systems. We have a brand new pilot of an electric vehicle technician program. We're running the first cohort now to see how that goes. And then we have a long-standing PLC and robotics technician program. We've been running that program with OCC for about 4 years. We've graduated, I think now over 300 individuals from that program. The tuition is $8,000. We cover it in its entirety for eligible participants. So they get a free training. They earn 6 industry recognized credentials and certifications. We're averaging about an 80% placement rate from folks that complete that program. And I think the average wage is about $24 an hour. So these are some of the cohort training programs, but there's also other options available. So maybe none of these are of interest to someone. We have tuition assistance for truck driving, or maybe someone is 1 semester away from finishing their associate's degree and they have a couple credits left. We don't fund, bachelor's programs or master's programs, but we can get someone to the finish line if they're right at the end. Or we can find an individual training program. Maybe they have a bachelor's degree and their IT certifications are out of date, or maybe they're an engineer and they need Black Belt Six Sigma. There's funding available for eligible participants for us to offset those training costs. We're also a partner on 2 state initiatives, Michigan Reconnect. So fun fact, I'm realizing a lot of folks don't know this, but in the state of Michigan, if you are 21 years of age or older and you have less than an associate's degree, you get free community college tuition through Michigan Reconnect. It's normally 25 and up. It's temporarily reduced down to 21. That ends in November of this year. So if you know of any 21 to 24-year-olds who want to take advantage of this program, now is their chance. They should apply now before that short-term age changes in November. But free community college tuition through dollars we have available, we can support the costs of books, supplies, mileage, childcare, transportation, anything that might be holding someone back from participating in Michigan Reconnect. So there's no reason, right? Everything is covered through Oakland County Michigan Works and Michigan Reconnect. Great opportunity to help folks get back to school and finish that associate's degree. We're also really sharing a lot of information about the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. This is for high school grads, starting with the class of 23, I think it was, or 24. I think it's 23. This is for students that complete their FAFSA. They can receive several $1,000s, they have to be eligible, towards community college, private university, or public university. So if you know of anyone who hasn't done their FAFSA that's headed to college in the fall, our team of Oakland 80 navigators can help them with FAFSA completion. There's a lot of great resources on our website. A lot of the community colleges and universities around town are doing free FAFSA workshops that are open to the public, but there's dollars available to help offset the cost of both the 2-year degrees and 4-year degrees for this year's graduating class. Oh, I went too far. We also have some customized services for special populations. So we have a veterans career advisor that is from the state that's housed in a few of our offices and an itinerant basis in other offices. Veterans receive priority of service through all of our programs. So if they're interested in workshops or tuition assistance or career advising, they go to the front of the line. We partner closely with Oakland County Veteran Services. We also have services available to justice impacted residents. My favorite program right now is our Clean Slate initiative, where we are providing free expungement services to eligible residents. We've now helped Oakland County residents remove over 1,000 convictions, eligible convictions off of their record. And it has been life-changing for folks, not just on the employment side, but housing. I've had a good cry over many of these because their stories are just so powerful of mistakes that were made, 20, 30 years ago that are still impacting their lives now. We just had a gentleman, he just said, I just want to coach my kids' basketball team and I can't because I've got this old conviction on my record, and we were able to remove that. So folks can apply on our website at oakgov.com/cleanslate, and a case is assigned immediately to an attorney that's right on our staff who determines if they meet the requirements for expungement and walks them through that whole process, including representation at their hearing. So really powerful program. We also have a team of refugee and immigrant navigators who are helping refugees and immigrants from across Oakland County access training programs and services. We just launched a new skilled immigrant integration program. So this is for individuals that maybe they have an engineering degree or an architecture degree from their home country, but maybe they're driving Uber or Lyft here. So how do we help them make that transition? How do we get those credentials translated to US recognized education and get them aligned to jobs and occupations in their area of expertise? And then of course we have a lot of really, really great partners. There's like 100 of them, but there wasn't room on the slide. So we just named a few of them that provide support, adult education, literacy, and other supports for our shared customers. Also, a lot of work in the youth space. We know that we're going to need to start younger and younger of shaping our youth into career choices and educational choices. So we call this our Oakland Next program. And the concept is I'm Oakland's next plumber. I'm Oakland's next EV technician. I'm Oakland's next attorney. So we target 16 to 24-year-olds. I know youth often, they don't think of 24-year-olds, to provide upgrade of skills training, help them get their high school diploma or GED if appropriate. We take students on talent tours around the county. We host Oakland County Manufacturing Day every October, where we take a couple thousand, 12,000 students out to 30 or 40 different manufacturing companies. We have registered apprenticeship programs and pre-apprenticeship programs, paid internships. We had a neat partnership. You'll see this is from 2021, but we launched a neat partnership with the sheriff's office back in 21. They were recruiting for 911 dispatchers. So we did a special target towards this population to share information about what does the job look like, what type of skills do you need, and really outlined the benefit package, the salary, and what they needed to do. And the sheriff's office, gave them a presentation, and it really spurred a lot of interest for young people in a career that they knew nothing about. So sometimes it's things like that, and other times it's very specific training programs. For those of you that might be in the Pontiac area, we have an I Am Pontiac initiative, and this is also available in other parts of the county as well. But specific to Pontiac, we have a 6-week paid internship program where they're placed at a small business or at the city or at an organization, and we cover 100% of their wages while they work there. And the company or the organization's responsible for their daily supervision and mentoring and guidance. So it's a win-win. Our small businesses get some free help for a few weeks during the summer, and our youth get some resume building and some skills and some mentoring. And last summer, I think we had 103 youth that participated in the program. One of my favorite programs of the year is my Career Quest Southeast. This year it will be held on November 19th at the Suburban Collection Showplace in Novi. We had this event in 2018 and 2019, skipped it for a few years, brought it back last year. We had about 5,000 students that were in attendance. And at this event, students, it's high school students, can come through their schools. They get to tour the Suburban Collection Showplace and experience 103 different exhibits and over 200 different occupations. So you'll see the pictures there on the screen. That's that first one on the left of the two young ladies. They're sitting in a helicopter. They were learning about plane and helicopter and pilot and different occupations related to the aviation industry. You'll see a young person welding there. That photo on the upper right, that was with Corewell Health. That's a Da Vinci surgical robot that they brought in that is worth an insane amount of money. But they brought it in, and you'll see the young person there is performing surgery seated, but the surgery is actually taking place on that table there. And then you'll see the robots. One of my favorite ones, it's kind of gross, but super cool. In the middle is our respiratory therapist display. Those are pig's lungs that are hanging there, and the youth get to inflate the pig's lungs and learn more about the respiratory therapist occupation. And then our partners at the Carpenters Union, teaching the youth how to drive nails into a board. And it's one of the favorite exhibits of the kids, right? There's a $1 million Da Vinci robot, but they love the 2x4 with the hammer and nails, and they compete against a carpenter to see who can drive it in faster, and it's never been, and they love it. So really, really great event. We're recruiting now for companies that want to come and participate. It does have to be hands-on and interactive. They can't pass out materials or flyers or paperwork. It's not a job fair. It's a career awareness event. And if you want more information, we'd love to chat about it. And then closing out, I think we're getting kind of close on time, so I'm trying to watch my time here. But if you're not familiar with our Oakland 80 goal, Oakland 80 is the county's very ambitious educational attainment goal to have 80% of our residents earn a certificate, degree, or credential by 2030. You might have heard of Governor Whitmer's 60 by 30 goal that was announced in 2019 to have 60% of the state's population with a degree, certificate, or credential. When we looked at Oakland County's data, we were already at 61%. So, we could have just stayed there and said, well, we're there. We'll wait for the rest of the state to catch up. But under County Executive Coulter's leadership, we convened a group of business leaders and nonprofit leaders and university presidents and community college presidents. We met at the Michigan Works Office in Southfield and got around the table and started brainstorming, what if we set a local educational attainment goal? What would that look like? And Oakland 80 was born. It was a really ambitious goal. We know it's an ambitious goal, but we're confident that we can achieve it. And people say, well, why do you have a county goal? Why aren't you just going with the state goal? This is a comparison of other peer counties from across the country. And you can see that when it comes to our share of the population, 25 or older with a bachelor's degree or higher, we kind of fall in the middle of the pack. So we're not competing against other Michigan counties, right? We're second in Michigan behind Washtenaw County, as you might imagine, with University of Michigan. But when you look at peer counties and when you look at businesses that are shopping around nationally for where they're going to place their business, one of the first things they're looking at is educational attainment. So this is more of a competition against our peer counties and other states than it is within Michigan. So we want to increase the number of folks with bachelor's degrees, associate's degrees, certificates, credentials, apprenticeships. So the big question is, how do you do that, right? It's ambitious, and we know that, but we know that we were at 61%. And if we did absolutely nothing, the data showed that maybe we would hit 72%. If we did nothing, if we just kept going as is. But that is ambitious in and of itself, because that data was 2019 before COVID. So we broke down everything that we need to do to be able to get that last 8 or 10%. So we know we need to increase that migration of individuals that have certificates, degrees, and credentials to help grow our workforce here. So that's refugees, immigrants, recent college grads, recently returning veterans, getting more people to move to Oakland County that have the degrees and credentials and certificates. We know we need to improve high school graduation rates. We need to increase the number of individuals enrolling and completing community colleges and four-year degrees. And then we also need to tackle the adults with some college, no degree. So that's where Michigan Reconnect has been really great, or even some of our barrier removal funds for those adults that started and stopped out that are just 1 or 2 classes away from a certificate or a degree. And then also certification. So it's not always the 4-year degree or 2-year degree, but truck driving certifications, IT certifications, and skilled trade certifications, and other industry recognized credentials and certifications. And if we move each one of those levers just a little bit, then we hopefully will get to that 80% goal. But as I always joke, it's like the last 10 pounds on the scale. It's going to be the hardest to get that last 10%. So our goal was announced at the 2020 State of the County address, and County Executive Coulter calls this our North Star. We're driving this through the workforce development division at the county, but it's not work that we can do alone. We have a huge number of partners. This isn't even everyone. This is just a sampling of some of the partners that are leading this Oakland 80 work with us. It's K-12 education, it's labor partners, it's post-secondary education partners, businesses. So we hopefully later this year will be signing up for or creating a ambassador program where we hope to train folks like you and some of your community leaders on how to become an Oakland 80 ambassador and help inspire people to complete that certificate, degree, or credential. One of the first things that was done as part of this effort was we hired a company called Corporation for a Skilled Workforce to help us better understand what the data looked like within Oakland County. I think Oakland County is often perceived as an educated community and an affluent community. But what we were able to do in our Oakland 80 report was break down the data by geography, by race, by ethnicity, and get a better understanding thinking of how do we equitably ensure that all residents have access to post-secondary education. They also helped us do some national research on best practices. They helped us prioritize what are our strategies, because this is a big lift and a big undertaking, and everybody wanted us to do everything right away. And then, of course, got a lot of listening and feedback sessions from residents. One of the most fascinating things, I made sure to put this in here because I know you're all planners representing your communities, was we did some research by Puma area on educational attainment rates. And it may not come as a surprise that the Birmingham-Bloomfield area has a 76% educational attainment rate. But what was most interesting for us is the disparity, right, between Birmingham-Bloomfield and then the lowest of Pontiac-Waterford Puma area. We were also particularly surprised by the second lowest, which is the West Puma area, which is that stretch from Holly to South Lyon, was the second lowest without post-secondary educational attainment. What this has allowed us to do is really customize some of our programs and services and make sure that we're focusing on those areas of Oakland County and prioritizing them in our programs and services. We were also able to get a breakdown by race and ethnicity, also by gender. I didn't put it in the presentation because I'm trying to watch time, but we have a gender breakdown as well. So we can see where by race and ethnicity, where we need to be more intentional and work with partner organizations to ensure that individuals who are Hispanic are getting increased access and opportunities for post-secondary education. And then in the report, it even further breaks it down by geography and race and ethnicity. So we know that in the Pontiac-Waterford area, that Black men have a lower educational attainment rate. And so we know we have to be really thoughtful and really intentional about assisting those individuals in that community. So one of the ways we're doing that, and one of my most exciting things that hopefully you walk away with this today, is the deployment of our Oakland 80 career and education navigators. So right now, any Oakland County resident, there's no eligibility restrictions, there's no nothing. Any Oakland County resident can meet with an Oakland 80 career and education navigator. They can help them with anything from how do I apply for Michigan Reconnect? How do I complete a FAFSA? I don't know what I want to be when I grow up, or I have educational debt from somewhere else. These folks are the most passionate, amazing group of people that I have ever had the pleasure of working with. We launched this group of navigators in 2021, I think now, 22. Funded in 21, launched in 22. There are 9 of them. They are everywhere. In the community, they are everywhere. They're in our Michigan Works offices. They're at post-secondary institutions. We have them in nonprofit partners. They have now made over 51,000 connections across the county. They'll come to any event that you're having. So if your city, village, or township is hosting something and you want the navigators to come, they bring this cool booth and giveaways. And they will talk to anyone and everyone. And we already have 1,900 residents who have received that one-on-one counseling and navigation. I'm not sure if any of you saw the news story that was last weekend about Victor. Victor is an 80-year-old military veteran who attended one of the Oakland County Veterans Services resource fairs. And he came over to the Michigan Works table and the Oakland 80 table. And he mentioned to them that he had started at Oakland Community College many, many, many years ago. And then he stopped out and he pursued a military career and a career at Coca-Cola. And he always wondered like how close he was and where he was at. And so the Michigan Works team and the Oakland 80 team, in partnership with OCC, had an evaluation done, and his military service counted as his PE credit that he needed. And so he graduated from OCC on Saturday, and it was awesome. He's 80 years old. He earned his degree, like literally Oakland 80. How cool is that? But really, really great way for us to meet people where they are and connect with them on their career and educational choices. We are in the process of expanding into local high schools as well. We're close on this. We've piloted it at Hazel Park Alternative High School, and it has been transformational. Our goal is to have 15 Oakland 80 current education navigators in high schools across the county by the fall. We have Pontiac on board. I think we're close with Huron Valley and Waterford, and obviously have the pilot at Hazel Park. There's conversations going on with a few other high schools as well. But this is not to replace counselors. This is not to, it's to supplement, focus specifically on career and educational navigation. So Kimberly, who's our navigator at the Hazel Park Alternative High School, she was able to take a group of students to OCC, get them there. They all applied. They are registered. They got their ID. All they have to do is go in the fall. And for those students, that's transformational. One of the students actually said that they didn't think that they could go to college because they were graduating from an alternative high school. They didn't think that their certificate, their high school diploma from an alternative high school counted. So it's this type of work that's so important with our young people to inspire them moving forward. I know we already talked about the virtual career workshops and the employer workshops, but I did want to highlight our Oakland 80 workshops. So there is a series available as well, live and instructor led, on is a college degree right for me? How do I create a budget to pay for post-secondary education? There's a prepping for college 101. So even how do I apply? So there's some great workshops that are available. If someone's not quite ready for a navigator, but want to start sniffing around, they can. Thanks to an investment from the Oakland County Board of Commissioners, we also have dollars available to help remove barriers to employment or education. So maybe someone's having a tough time paying for books or other supplies, or maybe their car broke down and they can't get to school or can't get to work. Maybe childcare is an issue. Our team now has about $7 million available to help address those short-term barriers and remove them. So it's not meant as a long-term sustainable strategy, right? That's a conversation we have to have with some folks. We can't pay your rent for 6 months, but if you're maybe a month behind and you're just about to start a job, or your car broke down and you need to get to school, those are some things that we can provide assistance with. So we've now removed over 1,700 barriers for over 1,000 residents. And again, just transformational for folks to be able to have that immediate support and assistance. And then through Oakland 80, there is some tuition support available. Again, it depends on the grants and the dollars that we have and an individual's eligibility. But right now we have an Oakland 80 scholarship program. It's ending on June 30th. So we have a little bit of money left, but it covers up to $2,000 for residents who are looking to finish short-term certificates, degrees, or credentials. We do prioritize a few of the industries, and we prioritize at-risk populations. But again, if folks need support, just send them our way. And then folks always ask, you know, what kind of progress are we making? So I'm excited to share that when we started this effort, we were at 61%. We are now at 68.4%. So we've made some significant progress. That last 12-ish% is going to be really, really difficult, but we're headed in the right direction. And, you know, this even accounts for COVID being in there as well, which reduced the number of individuals enrolling in education and completing education. It had an impact on high school students in particular. So even with those challenges against us, we are making progress at 68.4%. So if you leave here today, I would like to give a homework assignment, you know, is help be our ambassadors around this goal. Help share this news. We do have an Oakland 80 roadshow. So we've come out to a couple cities. We've presented to, let's see, Madison Heights was one. We've presented to different communities to help them understand why is Oakland 80 important, what types of tools and resources that we have available. There's really no wrong door. You can refer folks to an Oakland 80 current education navigator. There's a 1-800 number. And a link right on our website where individuals can fill out an interest form, or you can get them to one of our Michigan Works offices. There's no wrong way that they can go. Here's my contact information. My phone number is on there, but just don't call. I'll just be honest, I'm terrible at answering my phone and terrible at calling people back. So if you have questions, please email me. Your other assignment is everything I talked about is on our Facebook and Twitter. or our LinkedIn, which I didn't put on here. So, please follow and you'll get information on when the new training programs are starting. We have a robotics technician program that's starting in September. We have a couple of courses that are starting in August, and we would love to be able to help you, your businesses, your communities, your residents, your youth with anything that they are encountering and coming across. So, question.
Wow, thank you, Jennifer. Excellent presentation. A lot
Thank
going
you.
on.
Yes.
I have a few questions. The first one, what resources and tools are available for employers in Oakland County to promote the diversity, inclusion, and accessibility for employees with disabilities?
So we have a great partnership with Michigan Rehabilitation Services. Actually, one of our employer workshop series was specifically about that topic. And MRS can come in. They have a business services team. I'd be happy to pass along the information that specializes specifically in that. They can come in and even do an analysis if there's maybe an employee who is has a disability and needs some additional accommodations and support, or maybe an employer wants to explore ways to hire more individuals with disabilities. Michigan Rehabilitation Services specializes in that, and I would highly recommend connecting with them. So I'll be sure to pass along to Jim the contact person's name there. And maybe when we send out this presentation, we can include that as well.
Okay, excellent. This is probably for us more than you, but how does the Planners Gathering aim to collaborate with local disability organizations to better support workforce development for individuals with disabilities? We have had in the past, similar to this presentation, a presentation on hazard mitigation planning that included specifically addressing the needs of disability populations. And today's presentation includes portions of that, but that's an excellent suggestion, which we'll take under advisement for future sessions. Jennifer, next question. How are the workforce development services in Oakland County addressing the unique needs and challenges of individuals with disabilities?
Great question. So as I mentioned during one of the slides, we have a lot of partnerships. This is not work that we can do alone. And one of the challenges that I personally encounter in this space is, how do we support everyone, right? How do we support veterans? How do we support individuals with disabilities? How do we support underrepresented populations? How do we support youth? And this is where we have to rely on our partners, because we can't be everything to everyone. So we partner closely with Michigan Rehabilitation Services, New Horizons Rehabilitation Services in Auburn Hills, Dutton Farm, other organizations. They have the expertise in this space. And rely on them to say, okay, if a person comes in and they share that they have a disability, how do we bring those partners in to make sure that the person has the accommodations, the tools and resources, the supports needed to be successful in either their career journey or their educational journey. If folks need additional support, sometimes they're outside of our purview, but MRS, for example, we had an individual that came in that was interested in the PLC robotics technician program and needed some additional supports while they were in school. MRS was able to come in with tools and resources to make sure that the student had the accommodations that were needed, the supports that were needed. So it's a priority for us. We know as we work towards Oakland 80 and labor force participation, we have to do a better job of getting folks that have been sidelined, whether it's justice impacted, veterans, individuals with disabilities, seniors who have been sidelined from the workforce back into the workforce. And the only way we can do that is with our great partners.
Okay, excellent. Follow-up question on the Michigan Reconnect program. Do individuals interested in that program go through you folks, or do they go straight to the state?
Nope, straight to the state, michigan.gov/reconnect. There's an online application, and you submit the information and you will get notification from the state that you are eligible or not eligible, depending on the circumstances. And then you go straight to the community college for enrollment and support. They have access that you are Reconnect eligible. But that being said, if you need additional supports like help with books or supplies or transportation to support your participation in Reconnect, then you would work with the Michigan Works staff for that.
Okay, excellent. I am not seeing any other questions in the chat box. Maybe give it a couple of seconds if people want to put a question in there. Otherwise, Jennifer, thank you very much. Excellent presentation.
Thank you.
Ryan, you want to close us out?
Sure. So yes, I'd also like to thank Jennifer for joining us today and providing her experiences and expertise. I also want to thank all of you for joining us today, and I look forward to seeing you at our next planners gathering on June 26th, where we'll hear from our friends from the city of Southfield and Waterford Township, and they'll present on when regional malls and big box stores go dark. So again, thanks everyone. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.